Welcome back. In this video, we are planning Message Crawler version 5. Yep, that's right, we're talking about features that are going to be needed in the next version and my thinking of how I'm going to build it all out. First, you guys know it's summer, so windows are open, so I apologize if there's any street noise, which there probably will be. Okay, so let's jump to my computer and talk about what I'm thinking. Alright, so this is Message Crawler 4.7.2, that's the most recent stable version, works, everything's great. However, this summer, Relativity is going to have RSMF 2.0 specs announced, as well as support for 2.0 specs in Relativity 1. What that means is more fields. They're going to be custodian field, there are going to be a few other fields, and I'm just going to need to map all these fields out somewhere here at the bottom, and the area is already crowded. And so the way this application evolved, if you watch the series, is, you know, like there is something new, and I always try to find a place to stick it and rearrange it and move it around, right? And I think at this point I'm kind of out of space. So let's look at RSMF specs 2.0 real quick, and I'll show you a couple of new fields that are out there. So we've seen all these begin date, end date, all that good stuff. We have some new stuff like an application name, right? So what platform was used to generate file. We have custodian. We also have extra field for participants, which is going to be a duplicate, so it doesn't matter. We have an event collection ID, which is interesting. So we have a few different fields here that could be used to be mapped, right? So we have event collection ID here at the top level. We have an account ID for our participant. Not super sure if this is going to be useful, but it's there. Again, we have custodian here inside the JSON file as well as in the header. So there are a few different changes in 2.0. I'm not going to dive too deep into these. So a couple of new choices here for a type of message. Read receipt's been added. Again, not super sure how I'm going to support. Point is, more mapping of fields is required. We need more space here, and there is no space. I have completely underestimated how small of a screens people use when they use Message Crawler. And sometimes people just remote into remote into remote, and then the screen is like this tiny, and you know, everything's like cut off up to like miscellaneous tools, and you can barely see what's going on the bottom. So it's crazy. So I'm gonna need to redo something with this map field section. What I think I'll do is I'm gonna take it out and put it into a separate form. So I'll make like an export form where you just click on export button and you're able to map fields. The other thing I'm thinking of, like we have these options for RSMF, HTML, EML. Well, each one of those require different fields, right? So it doesn't make sense to have an HTML but sort of prompt user to map all this stuff where it's not really relevant to HTML. So I'm gonna need to completely redesign all this. Not really looking forward to that, because this is one of those like tedious things where I have to set properties and controls, and it's like a lot of copy and paste and like little detailed code. It's not something that makes you think, it's just something that you just do and do and do, and it gets annoying after a while. So those are my initial ideas. This is what I need to do for version 5. I need to add support for additional fields, and I need to allow user to map all these fields in a better way. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of these scrollable thingies, and they may have to be like just drop downs like that. You know, just something I have to do because of the user interface, you know, screen size constraints. So that's my plan. I want to hear from you. What's been bothering you about this version? What do you want to see in the next version? Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tearing a lot of stuff apart and rebuilding it together. So if there is something you're thinking of that, you know, that's been on your mind, now is a good time to tell me. Even if you told me before, email me again. I still want to hear it. I want to know the issue is still relevant to you. So please do that. I'm gonna start working on version 5. I'm gonna start tearing all this apart. Oh, the other thing, if you want to be like in a beta testing program, if you want to get the latest builds of 5 and see how it looks and kind of play around with it yourself, same deal. Let me know. Just say I'm interested in version 5, testing it out. I'm planning to have version 5 built around July. So that's tentative timeline for when RSMF 2.0 is gonna come out, and I'm hoping to have Message Crawler also support 2.0 specs around the same time. So as soon as we see Relativity 1 do all these extra cool things with additional fields. Oh, there was one more I didn't mention. It was direction. Yeah, right there. So I'm wondering how this is gonna get visualized in Relativity 1. Because it's supposed to show you whether the message was incoming or outgoing based on custodian information. Kind of an interesting idea. How it's going to be implemented, I don't know. Maybe they're actually going to shift the boxes left and right like the iPhone does. Anyway, I have a lot of work ahead of me, so I'm going to get started. And by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be already underway. Yeah, that's the update. So let me know if you're interested in beta testing 5. Let me know what features or what things you want to see or wasn't working for you, what you want to see work better. Again, this is the time to let me know. I want to hear from you. Please let me know. I want to know the issues are still relevant, even if you told me about them before. So thank you for checking it out. I will start working on this and I will give you an update on how it's going.